Hey, welcome back to our sip and study. I am so excited about this week's teaching session. I'm starting something new, so I hope you have enjoyed the videos up until now. But now we are starting a 6-week series. I told y'all that I wanted to get into discussing food and how it affects our body, but the more I was sitting down to write it out, food is the result of whatever is going on inside of us, whether it's our emotions, our bodies, what are our bodies telling us. And so I wanted to start with um, gut check. Okay, because we need to figure out what's going on in our bodies that is helping us to make these decisions of what we're going to eat. There is a connection, okay, and I'm going to show you how. So, this 6-week series is called Divine Digestion. Y'all, I'm too excited, right? This is my first series I've ever done. So let me know how you think, or what you think about what's being said and all of that good stuff. Okay. So this 6-week series is called Divine Digestion, and we're going to be digging into gut check, um, gut health, emotional eating, and all of that good stuff. Okay, because all of that together leads to the decisions that we are making when it comes to food and drinks and all of that good stuff. Whatever we put in our body, there is a reason for it. Whether it's just impulse, whether it's a reaction to something, or if it's intentional. And a lot of us just out of habit grab certain things. We don't even think before we grab. We just, okay, I want something, here it goes, right? And there's reasons because of that. So we need to see what is causing us to just grab and go. Okay. So, I got my notes. I have tons of notes. And so I'm going to try to make this short and sweet, but to the point. Okay. To the point. Now, yesterday I did a body scan and we focused on gut health. And so if you look at the video from yesterday, you will see that we dug into the physical sensations, how you feel after you eat, different things, because our body scan is so that we could get in touch, reacquainted with our bodies. Because for so long, either we ignore our body symptoms, we don't know what they are, or we've ignored them for so long that it's become normal. It's normalized dysfunction, right? Just because you call it normal doesn't mean that it's normal. And so this is a chance for us to get reconnected with our bodies. So we went through, what does bloating feel like? What does it mean? What is fatigue? How do you feel after you eat? What does that mean? If you're full, if you're heavy. So definitely go back and check out that video. I I like that video. I watched it again myself. So today is week 1 of our Divine Digestion series, and we're getting into the gut check, right? The healing of the mind, body, and spirit. Um, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, welcome to week 1, the Divine Digestion. I'm so excited that you're here because this is where our healing begins, right in the gut. Okay. Our gut just isn't where food is digested, it's deeply connected to our emotions, our mind, and even our spiritual well being. Today, we're doing a gut check, not just on what we eat, but on what we're holding inside emotionally and mentally that could be blocking our healing. So this is deep work, y'all. This is not fluff. I'm serious about helping people heal from the inside out and giving you tools that you get to continuously use as you make decisions every day, right? Because we have to be conscious about our decisions on a daily basis. So, did you know that your gut is often called your second brain? That's because it holds its own nervous system that communicates with your mind through something called the gut brain axis. The gut brain axis, and we're going to talk about that. So the gut brain axis is two-way communication. Okay. So the gut and the brain are directly connected through a superhighway called the vagus nerve. This means your brain sends signals to your gut, like when you're stressed and causes stomach knots. We talked about that yesterday in the body scan. And your gut sends signals back to your brain, like calming or warming feelings. Okay. There are neurotransmitters in your gut. So the gut produces many of the same brain chemicals, including serotonin, which is the happy hormone. And in fact, about 90% of serotonin is made in the gut, showing how deeply mood and digestion are linked. Impact of stress. Emotional stress can disrupt digestion. Emotional stress can disrupt digestion. It can cause bloating and slow nutrient absorption. All right, you're eating, so you're eating all the right things, but you don't feel a difference. That means your body is not absorbing the nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals of what you're eating. And it could be an emotional connection. Okay. Poor gut health can lead to brain fog, anxiety, and even depression because of disruptive signaling. Microbiome and mental health. Now, if you have watched my previous videos about allergies and sinuses and asthma, I talked a lot about the microbiome in there. So if you have any questions, definitely look at one of the earlier videos. We talked a lot about microbiome. So healthy gut microbiome, excuse me, healthy gut bacteria help regulate food and mood and protect against stress. When the microbiome is out of balance, it can send distress signals to the brain, which worsen mental health and inflammation. Okay, now um, I'm all about my Lord and Savior, right? And so we have to have a faith connection because everything that we would ever need is in that word. Okay. So God designed your body with this connection so you can heal his nudges. You can feel his nudges through your gut feelings, right? And know when something is out of balance. Sorry, y'all, it got dark. I don't know what happened. So God designed your body with this connection so you can feel his nudges through your gut feelings. And when something is out of balance, you will know it. Healing that gut supports not just digestion, but also emotional clarity, mental peace, and spiritual discernment. Okay, we talked about that on yesterday as well. So I'm not going to get too far into it, but it's very important for your connection for you to be a clear conduit so God can communicate with you. Your gut is a part of that communication, right? And your gut has been talking to you whether you've been listening to it or not. Okay. Now, I'll tell you, I have tons and tons of notes. So, emotionally, when we're stressed, anxious, or holding on to anger, our gut feels it first. Our gut feels it first. Think about butterflies before a big event or feeling sick to your stomach when you're worried. Mentally, negative thoughts and overthinking send stress signals to the gut, slowing digestion and even changing the balance of healthy bacteria that we need. Now, as I'm talking, I want you to be thinking about different things, different episodes, different situations and circumstances where you have felt something, an emotion, anger, frustration, anxiety, and felt it internally. See, that's a connection that we have to put together, right? Because a lot of times we're not paying attention to our body. We're just thinking that period, this is how I feel, and you just fly off the handle or whatever the case may be, but you are affecting your body. Okay. Your feelings, your emotions are affecting your body. So physically, when your gut is out of balance, it doesn't just stay in the stomach. It can show up as fatigue, headaches, skin problems, mood swings, and even chronic illness. And this is one of the main reasons why I'm talking about this, because as a clinical herbalist, my focus is on the intersection between immunology and chronic illness. Well, over 80% of your immune system resides in the gut, right? And so, with your immune system residing in your gut, if you are stressed all the time, that means your body's releasing cortisol all the time. If you're always stressed, you're always releasing, your body's always releasing cortisol, then that opens the door for what? Inflammation. If inflammation is always a thing in your body, that means it's chronic. Chronic meaning it's ongoing, whether it's off and on or it's specifically always on. It's chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation opens the door for chronic illness, right? Because chronic inflammation of the lungs, chronic inflammation of the heart, chronic inflammation of the liver, chronic inflammation of the kidney is going to result in whatever chronic illness that the world labels it, right? Whether it's diabetes, heart disease, bronchitis, whatever it is, it's an inflammation problem, which goes back to a cortisol problem, which goes back to a stress issue. And it could very well go back to emotions. Okay. So we got to be very careful. And this is why healing has to happen in all three areas: your mind, your body, your spirit. Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Our thoughts and feelings directly shape our physical health. Our physical health. Okay. So when we are stressed, our bodies naturally release hormones like cortisol, which we just talked about, and adrenaline. Eating processed sugar, yeah, I know I was going to get to it. I'm not going to go into my rabbit hole, but eating processed sugar during these times actually feeds the stress response. Let me read it again. Eating processed sugar during times of stress actually feed the stress hormone, which is cortisol. Okay? It spikes up your blood sugar. It causes your body to release even more stress hormones. And over time, the cycle leads to chronic inflammation, which can disrupt digestion, weaken the immune system, and damage gut health. Okay? Now, on the other hand, there are herbal teas that can actually calm the nervous system, relax the digestive tract, and reduce inflammation in the gut. Instead of feeding the stress fire with sugar, we can soothe it with herbal support, allowing the gut to heal and function properly. Okay. Now, this leads us to the herb of the week. So every week we'll have a different herb that can help you through your process of getting to know your body better, making better decisions for your gut, and for your mental health, your emotional health, right? Because it's all connected. And so the herb of the week this week is chamomile. Okay, is chamomile. Chamomile, as many people know, it helps you with sleep, right? And we've talked about sleep in the body scan, how important sleep is to your body and to your gut, right? So it helps you to sleep, which is awesome, but it also helps to calm your nerves and aid in digestion. Okay, it helps aid in digestion. Ooh, we also gonna have a food swap every week. Okay, because we're talking about food and its connection to our emotional mental well-being. So this week, I want you to focus on swapping out sugary drinks with herbal teas or healthy water, living water, right? Let's kind of switch that out. So soda, if you drink soda, please stop. Please stop. Um, but if you drink soda, you can swap it with sparkling water, with some mint tea, and a squeeze of lemon. Okay. If you drink energy drinks, please stop. Please stop. But you can substitute green tea, right? Because you're looking for that caffeine. So green tea or ginseng tea for a natural energy boost without the crash and without it affecting your heart. Okay. Flavored coffee cream drinks. You can use cinnamon spiced chai tea with almond milk. Okay. Lemonade. You can use a lemon balm tea, which is absolutely amazing, with fresh lemon and honey. Herbal teas like holy basil, peppermint, chamomile, right? So let's switch out those sugary drinks this week, please. Right? Please. Let's just and see what happens, right? I'm not the herbalist that says don't do this, don't do that, become vegan, become vegetarian. No, I understand we all got our things, right? So do I. So does my family. And so how we work through making small changes is one step at a time. One step at a time. So if you drink pop 7 days a week, let's drop that down to five, right? Let's drop it down to five. Let's add in some healthy, good alternatives for them other 2 days and see how your body responds. Because it is my belief and my position that when you do that, your body is going to respond and you're going to feel better if you notice the difference by tapping in, right? You'll feel the difference. And as you feel the difference, as you feel better, you're going to want that trend to continue, right? Because it's not going to be normal at first. It's not going to be normal at first because you have a different habit. When you instill a new habit, a new normal, it takes time. You have to be intentional about your decisions, which also takes time because so often we just grab and go. We rush in, we doing all of this, and we just need something quick and easy, right? And I get that. Trust me, I get that. But when you're intentional, you say, okay, so I know I grab and go. So instead of having this pop right here, easy to reach, I'm gonna put a tea. Or I'm gonna put something that's some sparkling water, some coconut water, some cucumber water, some living water I'm gonna put right here. So I'll grab that instead of grabbing what I'm used to. Do it twice a week. Do it twice a week on your low stress days. And then see how you feel, right? I guarantee you're gonna feel a difference. I guarantee you're gonna feel a difference. And so when you feel a difference, then the decision, the ball is in your court. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna continue healing your body? Because when you feel that difference and it's a positive change, that means your body is healing. Because your body's happy, right? So are you gonna continue making these better decisions or is it a one and done and you're gonna go back to what you was doing? That's totally up to you. My job is to give you the information and the tools that you need to be able to make those better decisions. Okay. What have we not touched? So we got the gut brain axis. Um, that might be it, y'all. I'm saying I went in yesterday on that body scan, so please go and check that out. Um, because we really connected how your body is speaking and the different things that you might not have noticed. So definitely go and check that out. So as we leave, I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to leave you with this. So First Peter 5:7 says, "Cast all your care upon him, for he careth for you." So our gut often holds what our hearts and minds cannot release. Stress, worry, and fear can tighten the stomach, disrupt digestion, and send chaos through the body. But God gives us a beautiful promise. He cares for us so deeply that we can hand Him every single burden. When we release emotional weight to Him, our gut finds peace. The body relaxes, digestion flows more easily, and healing begins. True gut health isn't just about food, it's about faithful surrender. So I want you to affirm this over yourself this week. I release all burdens to God. My body is safe. My gut is calm, and I am held in His care. Whew. All right. So be mindful of the decisions that you're making this week. Remember, chamomile, peppermint, holy basil all help with your swapping out sugary drinks. They help calm your nervous system. They help aid digestion, right? Which is what we are in need of. Also, be mindful of the decisions that you are making and why. Not just the decision, but why you're making that decision. Next week, we'll get into emotional eating. Yeah, I'm convicted already, right? That's what I'm actually working on in my own life right now. I am an emotional eater. Um, so I'm doing better about reaching for better things when stress and frustration hit in. Um, but we're gonna talk about that next week. So just be mindful when you grab something, and it's gonna take some time, right? You might think about it afterwards, but as long as that thought comes to your mind, oh, what am I grabbing and why? Why am I grabbing this pop? Why am I grabbing this chocolate? Why am I grabbing this candy? Why am I grabbing these chips? Is it because it's convenient? Because a lot of times it's out of convenience, which means you need to put something in that place. So when you just need something to grab and go, something else is convenient. Okay. Is it an emotional response? Are you upset? Are you stressed? Are you frustrated? And this is what soothes you because we self soothe a lot, right? Why are you doing what you're doing? Be mindful of the decisions that you're making. Connect with your body. When you do it, how does your body feel? What are you feeling after you eat that sugary drink? Your heart racing? Is your heart telling you it's too much? Right? And your belly making them gurgling noises? Some of it is normal, but if it's real loud and ghetto, something ain't right, right? What is your body telling you? What is your body telling you? Okay. All right. So have a great weekend on purpose with purpose. And I will see y'all next week for week 2 of Divine Digestion.